beer, like light beers. Is Bud good? Is it?
No, but they're all those like big three are all pretty similar. Like Bud Light, Coors Light, Miller Light. Like, if you're gonna pro tip out there, if you're gonna drink a light beer of those like three major ones, go with Miller Light because it's actually lower in calories than all the other ones by like 10, 15 calories a can. Which if you're drinking a bunch of those, that's really adds up. And they all taste the same, other than Coors Light. I
disagree so much.
I know you do, but Coors Light's the worst of the three.
I disagree on that too. So, like Bud Light has the strongest, hoppiest taste, the most bitter taste to it. It's my least favorite beer. Miller Lite is smooth. It has very little bitter hoppiness to it. And Coors Light is like a twangy Miller Lite to me. It's more watered down. I think it's less alcohol by volume. Like maybe Bud Light's 5.5, Miller's 5.5, and maybe Coors is sometimes 4 or something like that.
I think all the light beers are like 4.5, 4.2.
I think they're all hard to disagree on that too.
Yeah. We could look this up. I'm not going to, but
there's no way we could find it out.
We're just talking about beverages, Chris. Just beers, which is a much more
I like those
appropriate. So beverages. Oh, can't get enough.
Love drinking things. Huge
drinking things
every day.
I like drinking a thing. Yeah.
You look hydrated. How are those, Taylor? I've got some of those orders.
I give 2 thumbs up to the Sprite Zero Sugar Chill, the Sprite Cherry Lime.
What's different about the chill?
Lime.
It's cherry lime. Yeah, it's Sprite Zero, but with cherry lime added. They got their scientists together and they figured out how do we do this.
I don't know how they fucking.
And it's gonna be like muskrat anus or something like that. That's where the cherry comes from, or raspberry.
I'll never drink raspberry tea again because I was sitting in a Cracker Barrel one morning in Chicago with Woody over there, and as someone drank the raspberry lemonade, he's like, they get that flavoring compound from the anus glands of a beaver. And everybody's like,
I'm great at parties.
Everybody gets out their phones. Breakfast comes to a halt. Everyone is Googling and citing.
How'd they figure this out?
I mean,
it's true though.
Someone tried a lot of different glands.
They must have had like a Manhattan Project level of secrecy. At the they're like, no one better fucking spit.
No, I think it was some guy. Some guy was like, "Hey guys, I was doing something, and you wouldn't believe what I just figured out."
It just fell into my mouth. Crazy story. Anyway,
total accident.
More time, Larry, how you figured out that anus gland tasted like delicious raspberries?
Everyone was talking about going down on beavers, and I got confused.
That'd be good for the presidential debate.
That's what they say about the first guy that milked a cow.
The country's in such a bad spot. Believe me. What are we sweetening our tea with?
Cherry soda.
Lion Joe doesn't
Cherry
know.
soda.
We're using assholes of animals, folks.
This is what they don't want you to know.
This is what they don't want you to know.
How are they figuring this out?
I heard him use that line the other day at one of his rallies. The whole they're trying to get through me to get to you. I'm just in the way, and it's like that. That's a good line. That's a good line. like you could see that charged up all those black actors he had standing behind him. Everybody was real pumped when he dropped that line. I've been watching his rallies lately, not for long periods of time. I pop in and watch like 2 minutes to see, is he coherent? Is he slurring his speech any? Mostly he seems like he's kind of like lazing his way through his speeches.
He's
like
sing-songy. That's
yes, I'm reading from the teleprompter what it says in front of me.
Sometimes he gets caught. Like he'll be like talking to me. He's like, yeah, and then
he was
the Gettysburg thing.
Joe Biden doing like needing a teleprompter, and then his teleprompter got turned, and he starts complaining, "I can't do the speech. My teleprompter is pointing at you guys. Teleprompter's pointing at you." Like, dude, 10 seconds ago you were saying you didn't need one.
I do like that Biden will just like read the nonverbal cues.
Yeah.
He'll be like, America is strong as I am, the strongest country in the world. Pause and look left.
Then he looks right
The whole looking thing I didn't see, but I did hear the pause one.
I watch montages of it because it gets recommended to me.
You got Burns hands now.
I see the Montgomery Burns hands a lot. It's sort of this old person don't want to fall down thing, and or maybe it's a motor function thing, like he doesn't like move his arms in locomote anymore. I don't know, but it's a bad look. I don't fault him for falling off his bicycle. If anything, that was a good showing for him. Woody's explained how those Woody's explained how those foot pegs work on the bike. And I've watched it back and it's like, oh, I'd have fell too. Like he has no choice but to fall. He's attached to the bike. He can't catch himself. He was smart enough seemingly not to put his right arm down and snap it, which is what would have happened. He just fell with the bike.
Yeah.
Yeah. Can you imagine having a president in like a cast, like a fourth grader?
It's got signatures all over it.
I see casts so much differently. To me, they're like the mark of an athlete. Like the people who had casts growing up, those were the football players. Those were the soccer players. Like fucking video game guys didn't wear casts.
Yeah, but like if it would just be so funny to see like one of my friends like now in our mid-30s and be like, what the fuck were you doing?
Dude,
like
break an arm every 2 or 3 years.
Yeah, Woody, you are the only adult I know that will be like, got a little too rowdy over the weekend again. You see, the problem was I was high in the sky where I don't belong. And
oh my god, have you guys seen that video of that guy
that's
crashing and almost dying?
Yeah, that spin out. That's all.
Yeah.
Anthony.
He knows that guy.
The most pain I've ever seen anyone in my life.
He cut those strings.
Yeah, no, that's Anthony Vella. His whole crew in Texas. They always fly at like 100 feet, and they're good pilots. But here's the deal: if you fall from 6 feet, it sucks, but it's a little like crashing a dirt bike. If you have a problem at 2,000 feet, then you have a lot of time to sort things out. Shit went wrong for him at, I'll make it up, 8,500 feet, and there's nothing you can do.
It's shocking he survived 150 with that rig.
Yeah, well, if you watch it, the wing caught and halted his fall once or twice, and but there was no time to sort it out. And I've watched so many I'm pretty good at paramotoring, and I've watched so many videos where it's like, I wish I could take their spot. Just take their spot, fix their problem for them, hand it back, right? And then they would have never had any trouble. Anthony's, bro, there's nothing you could do.
It was instant. He was immediately in something he couldn't get back out of in the seconds he had. It was done. He's so lucky to have survived. Crazy. And I didn't watch the whole thing, but the screams are pretty rough.
Yeah, he broke everything you can break.
Like he Evel Knievel'd that shit. Yeah,
his arms busted up.
The slaughter.
Oh, and you know why I knew that? I many years ago, I probably mentioned this on the show. One of my first classes I took in college was food science in like my freshman year. It was like some like bullshit like class that fulfilled a requirement.
Sponsored by Monsanto.
Yeah, literally, yes. And this guy, because Monsanto is a Missouri like tier, so it was. And this teacher always wore a bolo tie. He was very friendly, very fun and nice. And me and the other buddies I had made in my dorm chose this class when we were like doing our little schedules early on, because it was basically like, hey, Taylor, let's take a class together. We're all going to do this. Food science. How hard could that be? That sounds ridiculous. Let's all do food science, and it fulfills whatever this is. And so we all selected food science. Yes, it did. And we went in, and I remember the first day he was like being all friendly. A big lecture hall, so there's like probably 500-600 people in the class, and he's up there talking, and he's like giving us an example. He's like, so an example of something that might be on a test would be like, which of the following is a fruit? Like something like that was an example he gave, but he didn't really give it in that much of a jokey way. And so then me and a bunch of my buddies were like, fuck this. Like, I'm not going to go to this very often. Like, why would I bother? And so I more than my buddies, like actually would still go and pop into the class. And the first test, like I remember studying for, all I did was read through all the chapters we had and was like, all right, well, what's he going to fucking ask me? Like, what's going to be that hard? And we get in there, and like, I've never seen so many people also looking up from their test, like making eye contact with other students with like panic, because like question one was like, which subset of bovine hemoglobin is found in blank or something, or what is the mechanism by which musculature is reinforced in this type of animal, like that kind of shit. And like, I think I got like a 61% on the test, which was actually higher than the average. I think the average in the class was like a 40 or something like that. Like not even a low F, like a high. He curved it. But he had some, I think he had like some internal limit on the curve. And so like, I only got boosted up to like a B-, even though like it wasn't that bad, or it was that bad. And that was just like, it set me up to think that every class, my first couple of years of college, was going to be like that. And I was going to be bamboozled.
Gotcha.
And so if anything, like it made me much better going forward, because I got pretty good grades overall. But that was I remember like that was the first college test that I took. And my head was like, you're too dumb for this. Like you didn't study. You're not you're too dumb really. But in that moment, I'm like, you fucking retard, you moron, you idiot. You don't know this. Everybody else does.
The same lesson. And I have a takeaway. I don't know if it'll help you. See, things are different now. You go on the internet and find out if the teacher's good, if the course is hard, etc. Back in the day, this advice would have helped. How hard a course isn't based on how hard you think it is or how stupid the subject is. It's based on how much you knew before the course started. If you take American history, you can probably get a C without trying, right? And if you try, you get an A or a B. Those are the range, because you've learned American history every year since 5th grade or 5 years old maybe, and you're fine. I took music appreciation, and I thought, what could be easier than music appreciation? I just have to convince this teacher that I appreciate music. I'm going to kill this. Then we start, like, he put some dots on the chalkboard. And he's like, what song is this? And in my heart, I'm like, what? That's not even music. That's writing. That's it. Those are just dots. And what you might think I'm talking about, like we all know that is it the scale, where there's the horizontal lines. No. There were no horizontal lines. It was some different notation that I don't understand. And then someone else from class is like, that looks like the national anthem. He's like, I can tell because it goes up and down so much, and that song is known for that. And I was like, oh my God, you're like one of him, and I'm not either of those. Yeah. and I got fucked. I like, you could hear music and ask what time period it was from. Like if I played some old song and said, like, is this medieval or Baroque? Most people would be like, I don't know. Yeah. So I got fucked in that course. I had to try really hard. I think I got a C or something. I didn't get good grades.
That sucks.
Yeah. The difficulty of a course is based on how much you know before it started, not how hard the course is.
And it can depend, especially in college, on like whether you have a shithead professor who it like really wants to believe their job is more important than it is. Like I remember there was this lady who ended up getting fired, or it's a university. She probably didn't get fired. She probably got put in a cushy administrative position. And she used to teach macroeconomics, and it's not, I'm no genius, but it wasn't like hard material. It was hard because she was Korean and you could not understand, not even doing my kind of joke, like literally like you could not understand what she was saying. Like I remember being in the class and being like, today's the day you learn, and like trying to focus on it. And like by the time I had parsed what she said in the sentence through context clues from subsequent sentences, I was now 2 paragraphs back in what she was saying. And it wasn't just me. Everyone in the class felt this way because all the grades were terrible. I took that class with her. I took macro econ with her my freshman year. And I think I probably got like a low A after I learned like, I just have to teach myself macroeconomics from the book. And then senior year, I had that same Korean lady teaching me, and it was me, and I was just doing it as like a fulfillment of something. And I was like the only senior in the class. Everybody else was a freshman. And I remember like looking around at people and being like, you guys have no idea how terrible of a teacher this Korean lady is and how hard these tests are. And I ruined the curve for that class. I ruined it. Yeah, because I didn't go to the class at all, because at that point I realized like once I showed up the first time, it was like, She said in broken English that we weren't going to be taking attendance, but it's up to you to be ready for the test. And so I just left because I'm like, I have to teach myself this anyway because she is unintelligible in her speech. And I would go in like just from teaching myself. And it's not because I'm smart. It's because it was easy material. And like get a 95 on the test, 96 on the test. And everybody else was getting like 65. Like 64, 70 at the highest.
They're wasting their time listening to this Korean woman garble up there, not making any sense, or probably making plenty of sense, but you can't understand what she's saying. There was so much time in class that was fucking useless.
My economics professor, I thought he was pretty good, but his grading was way too hard. He had this thing, like a predefined number of A's, B's, and C's, D's, and F's that he wanted to give out. And then the class just fit into that curve. Yeah. So he's like, A should be rare. Like 2 of you will get them. I got one. And I wasn't even a good student. I just really was invested and like I wanted to be good at this topic.
He's Olympic scoring. Like it doesn't matter what you do. There's only one gold medal here. What?
Yeah. That's not far from that.
Holy
so he was bad. At Drexel, though, we had a similar situation to you with teachers that didn't speak the language very well. And early in my time at Drexel, they added like communication skills to the teacher reviews and just wholesale fired all of these teachers. Yeah, they actually had really good credentials, like their academic credentials. They were good at passing the tests, but they weren't good at teaching. And I think Drexel was right. Look, communication skills are important for a teacher. You have to measure that. It can't just be the papers they wrote and the degrees they have.
Yeah. Of course not. They have to teach. Your understanding of the I don't care if you fail, if you can't take the test because you're dyslexic, for example. If you're a good teacher, who cares if you can take the goddamn test? It's about teaching.
I'm with you. And so was Drexel. So I heard it and I was like, I give this thumbs up. I like their
fucking Sergeant Matumbo up there teaching me economics, and I'm over there just squinting at him the whole time, like, what the fuck is he talking about?
Dude, I would have killed for a Matumbo over this Korean lady who sounded like she had just gotten every single class. It seemed like she had just arrived in the United States for the first time, and they had like black bagged her, put her in a van from the airport, and then like pulled the bag off in front of us and was like, teach econ. Like that's what it felt like. There was no ability to and when you went to the econ building, it was all Koreans. And so like they were like speaking in Korean to each other. Like the professors, the teachers. Okay. Yeah. And like a lot of the TAs were Korean. And so it was like, you guys are setting up a lot of blocks, like a lot of blockades here that are making it
probably
really
most
difficult.
Of the students in Missouri were Korean. No.
Oh, just ones of percent. No, not even that.
Not even that. I remember when I met my first Asian person. He was a Korean. It was when a Korean family moved to our corner of Georgia. It was high school. That was the first Asian I'd ever met.
You never had an Asian till high school?
No, where would I meet him?
I don't know. I guess there was an Asian guy in my school I knew from a much younger age.
In New Jersey, we had everything. Like, yeah, a huge percentage of like Italians, Irish, Jewish, Asian, black.
I don't know what any of those things look like except for movies and like my experiences later in life. Like I had no concept of what a Jew was.
You had no concept of what a Jew was?
I really didn't. Not truly. Like I knew about the Holocaust. We had a whole book on the shelf called like "And God Cried," and it's this fucking horrific read about the Holocaust with pictures. The piles of bodies in there and shit. But I knew Jesus. My grandmother had the little magnet on her refrigerator. My savior is a Jewish carpenter, something like that. So I knew that Jesus was a Jew. But I didn't know what a Jew was. Like I didn't know Jerry Seinfeld was a Jew. I had no fucking idea. I had no concept.
My next door neighbor was Jewish, and it made me like. At first, I was like, Hanukkah sounds better than Christmas. I mean, you guys have like 8 days of gift giving. This is the bomb. And then he's like, no. It's day 3. I got this. And it looked like something that you'd put 25 cents in and get the toy out and the little capsule and the bubblegum machine. Like, that was your fucking present for day 3 of Hanukkah? Never mind. You can keep that bullshit.
Yeah, never mind. This is a trash holiday. I don't want it. I'm glad that we have the good one.
They're like, Hanukkah's actually nothing. We just celebrate it because Christians have Christmas.
Yeah. Well, which makes sense. Everybody else is celebrating. You want to do your own
What makes sense is that they've had a holiday that they've kept traditional for probably 5,000 years. and we have this bastardized, corporatized slurry of traditions mashed together, right? Like we're still figuring out what Christmas is. Like
I think Christmas was probably much better defined prior to like the early 1900s when it was less about gift giving. Like it was.
As an adult, these holidays are not about gift giving anymore. The purpose of holidays is to have a cheat day. That's it. That's it. I want pie. I want turkey. That's what Christmas is for.
That's really what all the time.
Not like I want it.
Not deep fried turkey.
I don't put salt on things because I'm always like, if I don't have high blood pressure, I'm like bumping up against it. Like I have to work all the time to have my blood pressure in the healthy range. But I don't work on Christmas.
Do you take any blood pressure medications?
No.
I mean, shit. You could have turkey. You could have all sorts of things with a little pill.
To me, it's a slippery slope. Like you do it with diet, you get other benefits along the way. But if you do it with a pill, then I'm out of my depth. I don't know what I'm talking about. Don't half of them fuck with your dick. That's very important to me.
Yeah, but you take Cialis constantly. I mean,
so then you just let those pills battle.
Right? That's what happens. Yeah, they battle it out in there, and the Cialis always wins. I agree.
Yeah,
I don't like that he's dodging the payout.
OJ never paid either.
Don't like that.
Yeah, OJ did something worse. People died.
Yeah.
Allegedly.
Doesn't make him any less of a
allegedly. That's a hilarious one to still be like, I don't know. It came out in the wash. Who knows?
I mean, we might still see Nicole Smith. You proved to me she's dead.
Look, as non-football fans, we weren't aware of how many yards he actually ran for. When we looked it up, I got it. Suddenly, I understood the whole thing from a different light. When 2,000 yards in a 14-game season? Come on, let him go.
Yeah, let him go. Get him out of here. If it came out Wayne Gretzky was like a drug smuggler, get out of here.
And the more you dig into that
stuff, is a public service. He really got some people high.
It is. Give him another record. Ovechkin's not
blowing. She's blowing waiters in his mansion that he bought, running all those fucking yards. He's looking in the windows like, you motherfucker. He showed back up he did what he did. You know what my favorite theory about that is, and I'm actually like 30% think that OJ's son did it. A lot of people think OJ's son did the murder, and that the reason that his stories are weird and that there's some evidence that looks bizarre, and he just straight up won't explain certain things is because he can't, because the son did it. They think the son.
How old was his son at the time? Do you know?
I think like 18 to 22, somewhere in that range. It's
but he hated that.
I'm guessing over what he looks like in the like show though.
Okay, and he hated that his dad or his mom or whatever was like cheating on OJ with.
Well, they were separated. He beat her constantly, but he was blowing. She's running around with waiters and such. On OJ's dime.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I've never heard that one before. I always want to look into that. Kurt Cobain and what's the other woman? I'm sorry,
Courtney Love.
Courtney Love. I always wanted to look into that one, and I've never really given it a fair shake. Looked into it. Is there any evidence? Like, is that one you've taken a peek at?
I've never heard any evidence. They're all just kind of like, I don't know. I've never heard of anything that really pointed toward her, other than she's sort of attached herself to him and his memory, and maybe made a bit of a career off that. Not that she's not a good performer. Her what's that band she was in? It's like one word. It's like garbage or trash or something like that. I can't think of it.
Good.
Courtney Love's good. No, she was good. I've liked her acting before. I remember she was part of that early wave of reality TV. That's what it is.
Yeah.
Back in the first wave of reality TV on MTV, and maybe the second wave after Real World, when you
Laguna
had
Beach,
Breaking Bonaducci. You ever see Breaking Bonaducci? That's the most hardcore reality show of all time. Danny Bonaducci, former child star, grew up to be a skateboarding alcoholic with rage issues. Okay, this motherfucker straight up. He takes a bottle of Absolute vodka and drinks it sitting there in his like state of rage and sadness over like Yes, he drinks a big bottle of vodka and then he rides his skateboard straight into traffic.
Oh
and
my God.
He was crazy. He'd go into these rages. We're jealous of his, like, it's been 20 years, but his ex-wife situation was kind of weird. Like he was having a meltdown over some sort of separation or potential separation with her and drinking constantly. And he would go into these red-faced, violent rages all the time. There's one season of that show, I think.
Yeah,
Breaking Bonaducci.
I remember when that was on, and I never left it on because all I watched on like MTV and VH1 at the time was when Jackass, Wild Boys, or Viva La Bam. If one of those was on, I was watching those channels. But other than those three, I'd be like, oh fuck, some bullshit reality show. I wanted to watch Bam and the gang fucking light things on fire and be ruffians because I thought that was so cool. I thought Bam and Steve-O and like Chris Pontius were like that whole gang. I thought they were so fucking cool when I was like in middle school. It's shocking.
I mean,
didn't
they were
ever emulate them.
Well,
they were
right,
cool.
Because here's the thing. They were like early 20s guys. Some of them were professional skateboarders and had already like made significant amounts of money in that world. And some of them were videographers and some of them had that MTV thing going on. And they all had this like coalesce together and just like, wait, they're going to pay us to cut the living room floor out and build a trampoline underneath it. All right, let's fucking go. Wait, what about your parents? Fuck them.
Fuck them. I bankroll their life. Put a half pipe in the dining room.
I remember that. That's what it was. Yeah, they would do crazy shit like that. And it was neat. It was almost like Richie Rich or something. One of those like cartoons as a kid where the child for some reason had way too much money and power. And so they were able to just do silly things. Yeah. That was Bam Margera.
Mm-hmm. They were like 20, like mid 20s or whatever, early 20s, but they were doing stuff with their money that like me as a 13-year-old was like, oh, this rocks. They're going to sled down their stairs and break the fucking banister. Screen door and the banister.
Right out the door. Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Or putting, in the movie when they put the crocodile or alligator or whatever in the house, and like all that shit to me as a kid was just, these are the coolest guys ever.
Have you ever followed a reality show really closely? Like I never really got into them.
Like how closely? Like obviously we watch 60 days in, and I watch every episode, but I don't really get into their social media and care what they're like. I don't care what they're like in the real world, like their social media and shit like that. Like I've never cared enough, I guess. I saw him talking recently about the Mike Tyson Jake. Is it Jake Paul that he's fighting? I get it's easy for me to forget
which one. It is Jake Paul, not Logan.
Yeah, so he was talking about that, and I agree with his take that he's like, I wouldn't fight Mike Tyson right now. He's like, that would be awful to fight a almost 60-year-old Mike Tyson and hurt him. Like he's not himself.
Andrew Tate didn't say he'd lose. He said that he would feel guilty
hurt Mike Tyson
beating he'd put.
I agree with him. I think Tyson's in big trouble. Like I don't think he can fight young, trained professional athletes because he's a 60-year-old short man.
I find myself so unqualified to judge. When I see Tyson move on a heavy bag, I'm like, oh my God. He moves just like he used to. When I see Tyson, I saw him kind of like shadowbox play around with John Jones in a non-contact way. Mm-hmm. And he like did a thing, did it again. Jones was fully baited. Third time he did it, he gets to the side and everyone is like, whoa, that would have been a knockout. And I'm just like, damn, this Tyson guy is everything he used to be. But then another part of me just doubts that. I
don't see it that way at all. I see time does it to everybody. It doesn't matter what he used to be. And the real problem is it's not like Tyson was doing it in his 40s. It's not like Tyson was doing it in his early 50s. He hasn't been doing it. And people are like, he fought that Roy Jones Jr. fight, looked good. Roy Jones Jr. is the same fucking age. He fought another old man to a draw, I think. Like it was an okay fight. It was fun to see him get in there and go at it. Sure. But it was still like, come on, that dude's in his late 50s and he doesn't have, I don't know much, but I would imagine that his body type isn't the one to go into your 60s doing professional combat. Yeah. He's a short guy. He needs that speed and mobility, I would imagine, to be able to get on the inside and get his work done. I think, maybe I'm wrong. I think he's going to get embarrassed. I think Jake's going to knock him out.
I think that the experts agree he's the underdog. Mike Tyson is the underdog. I consistently buy hype and storylines around boxing, and then I watch it and I'm like, how did they fool me for the 13th time in a row?
It's because Rocky made all the movies. That's what it is. It really is. It feels like boxing is the place where it can be done, because we watched Sylvester Stallone pretend to do it for 3 or 4 decades. Like every one of those Rocky movies is kind of the same thing. He's like, "You're over the hill, Rock. Your eye don't work." Like, I remember it was like the second movie and he couldn't see out of his left eye or something. Like Mickey holds his hand up and like smacks him in the face. He's like, "See, you didn't see that coming. That big bruiser does it. You're gonna be dead, Rock. You're gonna be dead. He's trying to hurt you bad." And
yeah, but he channeled the spirit of Philadelphia.
Then he did like 4 movies and won a world championship somehow along the way. Twice.
They beat up Tommy Gun somehow. This ain't no.
All right, the Tommy Gun
contest.
was okay because that was a street fight. I felt like the bare knuckle thing, and they were incorporating, like cars and junk, and because Rocky had been an enforcer for the mob. He's a guy who's thrown down in the streets, and like it wasn't this, it wasn't a boxing match. It was a fight, and Tommy was like 20, and Rocky was like, still even then, Rocky was probably 40, 45 or something. He wasn't 57, and he's a fictional character as well.
That
the way he talked also was like that Ruski that he beat up. Like Rocky,
Ivan Drago.
Rocky didn't fear CTE. He was born in it. The same way that
he improved a couple
Aim
shots
was.
to the head. Like, but by Rocky 3 or 4, he was pretty eloquent.
He had gotten better.
He has a speech in 4 that makes the commies change their mind about capitalism somehow. Like,
what are you guys doing over here with the fucking? You can't even farm enough.
You make him
that's
sound
kind of what he
presidential.
said. And his face is all a mess. I just believe that 2 people, 2 countries, and he like goes on this stupid fucking speech that he definitely wrote.
Much either.
He shoehorned his own little speech. Why can't we all just get along? Because
he wrote Rocky 1.
I know that because Kyle's told me. But Kyle also said all those movies are the same, so it's not even worth watching.
Well, that's not true. So the first one is an excellent film. The second one, I think, is very good too. The first one is a bum getting a chance. It's a bum getting a chance at the world champion because the fight falls apart. It's like Apollo Creed is the champ. He's a badass, and he's got this big July 4th fight in Philadelphia. Where the country was born. There's a whole thing set up. They've spent a lot of advertising dollars, and his opponent gets cut or hurt. He falls out. And he comes up and nobody can fill in. They go down the list of contenders and it's like this guy, that guy. No. I want an Italian, a local. Let's give a guy a shot, a chance at this. It'll be huge. And they find Rocky Balboa in this book and they only pick him because of his name, the Italian Stallion.
Is that why they?
Yeah.
They could give anyone a nickname.
But that's his name in the book.
Part of their promotion idea was that it was going to be a no one getting a shot.
Yeah, he's like, that's it right there. Italian Stallion, give me that guy. And he's like, I don't know, big man. He's a lefty. Southpaws give you trouble. Let's get old Tubbs McGraw in here to fight you. He could come up from San Antonio. No. I've made my decision. The Italian Stallion versus Apollo Creed.
Dude, Tubbs McGraw is an incredible fighting name just off the top of your head. I wanted to stop and give you credit for that. I love Tubbs McGraw. Dude, if I ever start fighting, I'm going to be fucking
it's
Tubbs
McGraw. It's a baseball
McGraw.
player, but it's Tug McGraw. Was that in your mind at all or just parallel?
No, I didn't know that was a baseball player. But I've got so many things jambling around in there that I know are things. I just don't know how they connect. That it's probably. But
he was a star in the 1980 Phillies World Champions. I went to summer school with his daughter.
Rocky's like 32, maybe 35 in the first movie. He's over the hill. He was a middling boxer who was just eking wins out against bums. And because he'd never really put his heart and soul into it, and he's got this love story going on. The first one is very, very good. And I agree with Woody. The second one is just as good, maybe better. Rocky really goes to a low place in the second one.
The third one is when he really comes into his own.
No, look. The fact that they kept making him is only indicative of a wonderful first couple of movies. The third one, he fights Clubber Lang, played by Apollo Creed. Not Apollo Creed, Mr. T. Mr. T's. Rocky's trying to retire. They're like commemorating statues of him. It's done. He's a multi-millionaire, money coming from 30 different channels, and he's retiring. He's doing a speech. And
He has a robotic girlfriend.
Yeah.
Mr. T's like, you running from me, coward? You running from me? And he's like, I ain't running from nobody.
No,
I'm
it's just
tired.
the doctors are saying it's the most unbelievable case of sleep apnea they've ever seen.
but then he sees Rocky's wife, Adrian. He's like, hey, woman, yeah, you. Yeah, come over to my apartment later. I'll show you what a real man can do. They do that in a Family Guy.
Beat you harder than he ever could.
Yeah, basically. And Rocky's like, oh, you want it? You got it. And it's like, fuck, what are you doing? You get baited into it because he said something about your wife. You were sailing into the sunset and someone said, oh, fuck your wife. And you came back to get more CTU.
Well, yeah, the movie wouldn't work if he's like, I'm going into accounting. Or whatever.
No, he's like killing it. He doesn't get the robot till 4, though. The robot, actually, it's heavily implied that Paulie is fucking that robot. So when I say robot, I mean like an 80s toy that a millionaire might have.
But it's tall. It's a lot like Rosie from the Jetsons.
It's a lot like Rosie from the Jetsons. And it has like recorded responses that, fuckable. Well, Paulie's a disgusting man. So
yeah, no, him, everything's fuckable if you're brave enough.
Yeah, Paulie's a rough customer. He's definitely got syphilis. He's got one of them old-timey diseases. He just didn't get it treated.
Not from the robot.
Crusty old guy. Not from the robot. It has, yeah. But I highly recommend the Rocky movies. I think they're very good, but they're fucking movies. And Mike Tyson is not a movie star. He's going to have to go in there and actually fight a kid who's trying to cement a legacy. Jake Paul is imagining, I'm going to be one of the guys in the history books that when they look at who was the greatest and they're arguing whether it was Mike Tyson or Muhammad Ali, they're going to look at Tyson's record and see that I fucking knocked him unconscious and that I feel like he's seeing that and he. Dude,
you have to imagine Jake Paul's like a smart, savvy businessman. Like
I do imagine that. Yeah.
There's no way he believes he's going down as like a great all-time boxer for beating up 67-year-olds.
How old is he?
Jake? Isn't he in his like late 20s?
25 to 27 is my guess.
Yeah. Does he think they're not going to like click any other links on the page when they're going to his Wikipedia?
I just think a win's a win's a win. You know what I mean? You like you got him. You got him.
Well,
I think something of that too, because we're having a discussion right now. Like, will he beat him up? I don't know. He could pull a Rocky 4.
I'm on Taylor's side with this. The way that he cherry picks retired and aged, broken down champions makes me feel like he's a great fighter compared to most people. But in terms of the greats, he's a great businessman.
Yeah.
He wouldn't be fighting Tyrone Woodley twice to cement a legacy in fighting. He wouldn't be fighting Ben Askren. He wouldn't be fighting Mike Tyson to cement a legacy in fighting. He'd be fighting another guy at the top.
He'd be like, hey, Tyson Fury, you stupid bitch. Box me in the ring.
Good luck with that strategy.
Tyson Fury would be like, I would love $20 million. Let's do it.
Tyson Fury's not like over the hill. That's
what I'm saying. Is would he?
Yeah,
would
he's
Jake
saying
Paul,
he's avoiding Tyson Fury.
Yeah. Would Jake Paul ever get in the ring with Tyson Fury?
No,
of course not. Because that would be a horrible career decision for this kind of little house of cards he's building for himself.
Well, it's incredible. It makes a ton of money. He's making millions and millions of dollars every time. And to his audience and to the people he's trying to impress, they don't care that these people are a little over the hill. I guarantee the bulk of his fans have no idea what Tyron Woodley's record was in the UFC. They heard former UFC champion Tyron Woodley. And this is coming right off. He beat former Strikeforce champion Ben Askren. And it's like, holy shit. He took one. He's taken he kills one MMA champion. He's on to another. Oh, then he KOs the Tyron Woodley when he comes back for the rematch. It's a good look if you're a Jake Paul fan and not a combat sports fan per se. It's like, holy shit, he's taking champions out left and right.
I agree. But even that framing is like the marketing of it and how smart that is. Like the idea that he's going to be looked back on as one of the great boxers is even his own mind has to be a far-fetched fan.
I don't think that either. What I'm saying is that he'll be in the conversation if he takes this guy out. Like you can't like putting yourself in the same conversation with Mike Tyson is a fucking accomplishment. I would fight Mike Tyson so happily just to have done it, just to be. I don't know how many people for free.
You'd let Mike Tyson beat you up and down the square, whatever they call it.
Yes, it would be incredible. I would love to take a beating from Mike Tyson.
It's been an absolute pleasure.
Like,
I was like, thank you. I'd like it too.
like because my goal would be to like,
Mike, you've always been a hero of mine.
Like imagine if I survived a round with Mike Tyson. I made it to the second. I crawled to the corner because that was Rocky's thing in Rocky 1. Rocky,
do you think there's anything you can do better than Mike Tyson athletically?
Oh, I was going to say Reed. You know,
I was like a foot race. No, I'm not sure I can beat him in a foot race. I could outswim him. I got him.
I hear his knees are shot. Look, I don't know.
Race.
I don't know. I'm talking like I see pictures of Mike Tyson. I see videos. I don't believe any of them because I don't know when they were taken. They could be 10 years old. It's hard to tell. He's always looks the same, basically, especially when he's sweaty and the lights are weird. So I can't tell. But I would say this. Most 57-year-old men with bad knees who are that short can't hang with me in distance running. Like they just can't.
Distance.
Like,
I guarantee I can skate circles around Mike Tyson.
Oh yeah, there's one. Yeah, I think I got him there.
Woody
too.
and I both have him in skating. I think we all have him in running.
do you think Mike Tyson could run a 5K? Like
I think I'm like
no.
I'm not good at running.
Yeah, I could run a 5K right now.
You could do a 5K right now.
Yeah,
I could complete a 5K. Do I have to run the whole time?
Oh, there are there would be time like I wouldn't have to walk at any point, but there would be some slow jogging.
I could definitely do that jog at walking pace thing for a 5K. Like I think I could do that.
Like the more exhausting form of walking.
Well, I don't think he had. And what I mean by that is like I would want to train a little, obviously, but I think in 8 weeks I can run a 5K. When I was cutting weight, I was doing 5K on the machine every day, like every day, more than that. The governor of Texas who was talking about removing Biden from their
attorney general, I think.
Someone who might be able to do it.
I actually don't know how that works. Yeah,
me either.
Do you guys think we should update money with like new presidents every so often, or do you think it should be like, nah, we're already set, like we're good with the presidents? All
right, I'm strong feelings here.
Yes,
about this. So I want to keep the founding fathers on where they are. All right, like Washington. Franklin, Lincoln, they're not going anywhere. I really don't care about Jefferson. I don't know what he did. All right. Isn't he? And Hamilton's on the 10, right? Like
Jackson's on the 20.
I don't remember exactly what Hamilton did. He was a founding father. Maybe he like had something to do with this or that. I don't know. I can lose Hamilton.
A lot of our like core stuff. I forget. If you watch Alexander Hamilton, the musical, he like wrote law after law after law, did a lot to make sure the federal government was bigger than the state.
He was a big federalist.
A federalist.
Yeah,
as well as a black man.
Yeah, he was a federalist. He was black.
If you take the musical to be a documentary, then yeah, he was.
Yeah, I did, and I learned a lot.
So what were your thoughts on it? I have thoughts on.
I like when they change like silly shit, like the Sacagawea golden dollar. It's like if you're gonna make some silly characters, put them on some money. Let's make it some money that's maybe not right up front.
On a related way,
120
the quarters that had 50 states.
That was a neat little promotion they did. Yeah, it was. Money was always different. Oh, look at that one! I never seen one of those before. That was a cool time. Where'd they all go? You never see them anymore.
Dude, they were on like every QVC commercial in like 2002. Where it was
every
like,
asshole in America have one of those boards full of them.
A $20 value for only $8.
Catching strays here. No, I don't have one, but I
had that board.
I would want one.
Yeah, I was sticking them in that board. Yeah, I was sticking them in there.
Find in North Dakota. Ooh, right there.
I liked the golden dollars that they came out with, and I'm always upset that everybody wanted to act like they were collectible and pocket them instead of keeping them in currency. The Coke machines took them, and it was so easy to just be like plunk and like get your Coke, and it was nice to get. I think maybe it was at a casino or somewhere like that, somewhere where you're like changing a lot of bills, and the change was coming out in golden coin, and I was like, that's neat. Give me a fistful of those. I don't know. I like the coins.
Isn't there an expression queer is a $3 bill? Because I have an idea for Lindsey Graham.
Yeah. They make a $2 bill. I can picture the guy on it. He's got like wacky hair. I think it's this will be good trivia. He's the one that the Indians don't like. Isn't it's
Andrew Jackson. But no, he's already on the 20.
He's on the 20. Who's on the $2 bill?
Did he get two bills?
Can't. I know. I feel like he's got some like wacky hair going on, like a big wavy thing going on. I can picture the $2 bills. I like those too. I don't know why those aren't in more current in more circulation. Those are great at the strip club.
It was Jefferson.
I was gonna say
$2
that. Jefferson. Yeah, so I guess they're big into strip club universe, which means they're huge around Fort Bragg, which is near me. It's in Fayetteville. So I had a friend who actually didn't go to strip clubs all very much, but he liked having $2 bills. He just felt it was a really useful currency. And he said the tellers always gave him the side eye when he would get like, I need another roll of twos. And they'd be like, yeah, I know what this is for, but it wasn't.
Yeah. I remember as a kid, like my grandpa giving me like a $2 bill and being like, wow, this must be worth $2. I just, as a kid, I'm like, I thought it was so much rarer than it was. So, which nowadays it probably is pretty fucking rare. I can't remember the last time I saw one.
I really like that the people on our currency, they're almost not political right now. Like people don't have, like Republicans and Democrats don't have differing views on Jefferson or Washington or
No, they're taking down Jefferson statues now.
Okay. Well, I thought they didn't. I like the idea of older people because they're they're not current. But if there was like an Obama or a Trump, oh my God, half the nation would be pissed off.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, you'd have to have like a 70, like a 75, like the average lifespan limit, where it's like, all right, we can throw FDR on there now because nobody's all pissy about the New Deal or whatever.
Okay. Yeah. I like that.
They have to be presidents. Ben Franklin slipped one past the goalie. That's fine. He was important. But everyone else, I think you should have to be a president.
Hamilton was not a president.
Get him out. Well, no, he slipped in as well. I guess the goalie let in too.
There's like goalie in this game.
So yeah, from here on out, I think presidents would be the way to go.
Sacagawea.
I don't know. I don't want Reagan on money. You know, I don't want any people I saw in color TV on fucking
years.
money.
He's too current. Yeah.
Like I could see FDR. I'm a big FDR fan. I think he's our best president after Washington. I think, doing 3 fucking terms or whatever, and maybe a little more. Wasn't it like 3 and a piece
JFK, but like the still image with the brains coming out the side.
Yeah. JFK.
This is a solid idea. Kyle giving me rolling his eyes at me, but the dude, that'd be collectible.
He was killed that way, so it would be an homage to him.
Yeah,
to have
honor the man's
death. Jackie crying in the background on the bill.
When Camelot fell, like underneath, like Jesus Christ. That's dark. I hope.
Go ahead. No, I was going to say, do you remember like mid 2000s and people would fold like their dollars and be like, look at this. The 2 towers are on fire when you fold the $20 bill 50 times. And even as like a 13, 14-year-old, I'm like, I bet you can make anything if you like are really good at folding. You could probably make it like, really look, here's Bronco Stadium when they won the Super Bowl. Like, yeah, I bet you probably could.
There was a certain thing you could type in wingdings that was like 9/11. Like you get like a plane, two towers, and something else if you type 2001 9/11. I don't know what it was, but the wingdings font had a thing.
There it is. Yeah, because the Pentagon would be like, all right, it's all going according to plan. Now we got to, fuck around with clues about JFK. Yeah, right. Probably not. I think those people were just, or I was going to say Alex Jones before Alex Jones, but he was doing his thing like 25 years ago.
So as you know, I swore off Walking Dead long ago. I watched it with my lady friend a while back up until I watched my favorite season with her. When she got there, I jumped in. It's Terminus. I like the Terminus season with the cannibals. That should have been later in the show. That was some dark stuff. And then when we got to Negan, I bow out. I don't want to see anymore. But I think they're going to pull me back in. Woody, have you seen the previews for this Rick and Michonne show?
Yes. And I think Dixon's already out, but I'm not sure.
Yeah. So here's what they did, Taylor. They took Walking Dead and they took like they split it into 3 and they made 3 new shows. 3. They made a show with Maggie and Negan. And then they made a show with like Daryl Dixon. And then now they're making a show with Michonne and Rick. And Michonne is trying to find Rick. That's her. Maybe she's finding like breadcrumbs as she explores. Like, I don't know what city it is, but it's major city. And Rick has joined some sort of like new world government. They're like, we're the most powerful military on the planet. Like they've got like helicopters and like uniforms and like, and I guess
it seems
Rick
pretty good, right?
Honestly, not only that, the scope looked big. Like
I want to insert this. The last 2 seasons of Walking Dead, Michonne was searching for Rick. So storyline consistent.
I watched I'm pretty sure all of the regular show, and I was I think I really stopped paying attention the last couple seasons entirely. After they
jump forward in time.
Rick he's not around the last couple seasons, right?
True.
Yes. Yeah. Then that's when I totally tuned out and was like, this sucks. Negan's like a bitch now and doesn't really do anything. And he oscillates between like repentance and a very disinterested desire to go back to his old ways. But it's not like a desire. Like I wanted to see him go back to being hardcore.
You didn't watch to the very end, did you?
I must not have. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. And towards the very end, he just becomes sort of a member of the community, and he's a good warrior. So he saves your favorite character here and there.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, I might actually be pulled back to it. One thing that just further cements how awful Call of Duty is now. I saw that Rick and Michonne are playable characters in Call of Duty. It's like, what are y'all doing? Like nobody must be showing up to fucking shoot people on shipment anymore. You can't get them in there with a pink M16
Dude, Fortnite
anymore.
Has Peter Griffin, and they've got Rick and Michonne. It's a big drop off. What if they got
of Call of Duty
would you play as Homer? Would that kind of tempt you? Be like, I'm gonna do a little shoot 'em up as Homer Simpson. It wouldn't tempt me either. But
I've swayed so far the other way with the Tarkov thing. Like I really enjoy the survival aspect to games in general. I like that I got to feed my character and water him, and that maybe like if I get a broken leg, then I can't just wait in a corner for 10 seconds and then just keep going. Like I got a broken leg. We're going to figure this out. I like those aspects to the game. And I like the weapon modification in Tarkov is really fun. I know COD does an okay job, but man, they go crazy in Tarkov. They're always adding new stuff. That's kind of what I like. It's 2 or 3 things combined that I like. I wouldn't play it if there wasn't loot. Like if you weren't like going in there and sneaking around and opening crates and be like, oh, here's a thing. Here's a shiny thing. Like if that didn't happen, I wouldn't play it just to shoot.
Dude, there's too much.
That gets old fast.
Like the inventory just looks draining and it looks tedious.
It's a skill. It's part of, as much as it's a skill to like shoot somebody or follow a target with your crosshair. It's a skill to jump on a body, open it up, and quickly inventory manage. And while you're doing that, Taylor, obviously you're doing a price check instantaneously where you're like, each slot you want to be as much money as possible because you've got maybe just your bag holds 20 slots. You want each of those slots to carry as much money. So you're just...
Taylor, were you talking about the stash or like in the raid?
Both.
Like probably both. I would look over and see them streaming, and it would be just a huge amount.
I think Taylor's talking about stash management, and Kyle's talking about efficient looting, which is a skill. Yeah.
I mean, stash management is a fucking skill. Like people don't know how to do that.
It looks so boring. Like just
it's
moving
boring, but
out to make.
But imagine it was like I dumped whatever $275,000 in small bills on your bed, and you were tasked with organizing it. Would you be bored? Like that's what organizing your stash in Tarkov has the same vibes. Like, oh, I'm gonna have to manage all these awesome weapons, expensive night scopes, and gold Zippo lighters. It's your money.
Yeah. Well, I can see how you could enjoy that. I like it. It's too tedious.